Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 200.
Praise the sun.
Joining me as always, Daniel Neverly.
What's going on, gamers? What's up?
Also joining us, Steven Sims.
I'm Ty.
Yeah.
You're always tired. This is our 200th episode, and it's also the 200th time Steven Sims has said he's tired.
Ty.
Even when he's not here, he still says it.
I'm still Ty.
Also joining us, our special guest, Andrew. Welcome to the show, Andrew.
Glad to be here. Long-time listener, long-time fan. Finally showed up. Couldn't miss the 200th episode of my boys, so here I am.
Yeah, thank you for coming. It's been a long time coming to try to get you on the show, just in general.
Yeah.
So awesome to have you here for episode 200.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now to celebrate episode 200, we will be performing the Herald of Darkness dance. All four of us. Get ready.
I don't even. What is that?
What is
You
that?
are not playing Alan Wake 2, are you?
I am playing. I'm not that
tell me,
far.
which one is it? I literally finished it.
What do you mean? What is it? What is it? Andrew, have you played Alan Wake 2?
I have not.
Oh
But
my god, all three.
but this dance has been spoiled to me, so I know what you're talking about.
Okay, great. Well,
I'm like 5 hours.
This will also be our last episode because these two are not real gamers.
I finished it last night.
I will be looking for co-hosts. Sims, it's the giant musical level. What are you talking about?
Oh man, I was half asleep, man. Yeah, it's just.
There you go. Sims did it right there. Okay. Sims can stay on the show. Everyone else here.
I haven't played that much yet. I'm
How
sorry.
have you not got to that bit?
Far.
No, I'm like 5 hours in.
Are you just playing a saga or something? What's going on?
I am in Saga now. I'm going to like the theme park.
Coffee
World?
World.
Okay.
That's where I'm going right
Oh,
now.
I love Coffee
Have you
World.
not hopped back to Alan at all?
Not yet. No.
Need to go back
Okay.
and forward, man. I
I
can't.
just got to the point
I
when you
know.
can switch now.
Yeah, you got.
I just played as Alan. Now I'm Saga again.
Once Christmas breaks,
Oh,
once Christmas breaks, I can't speak. Christmas break comes around, I'll get to it. Then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody play Alan Wake 2.
mm.
Guys, episode 200. Anything special you guys want to say? I'm not one for celebration really, so I don't really got it.
I thought you were gonna say not one for sentiment. I was like, hell,
that too.
Connor doesn't have emotions.
No, not at all.
Someone says dead inside.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Go on, Daniel. You do a speech.
Oh boy. Well, thank you for being here on this journey with me for 200 episodes. You know, I didn't think when I said I wanted to do a podcast, I didn't think we'd go this long. I know that this year in particular has been kind of tough to get all of us here, but you know, we're still trucking, still doing it. Yeah, it's fun to do. I'd probably still do it if it was just me, just talking to a mic with nothing, you know, but
That's hard, let me tell you.
yeah.
Sims leaves me like once an episode when it's just me and him, and
Yeah,
it
he
is
loves it.
it is
He loves
difficult.
it.
It's
He
difficult.
loves It does so
Yeah.
well as well. I
No, I do not.
But yeah, we're gonna keep going as long as we can.
Yeah, man, crazy. 200 episodes. We haven't missed a week, you know, and we're
Yeah.
just three guys that met on Reddit. I don't even know if you know this whole story, Andrew. But we just,
On Reddit? No, I had
yeah,
not.
no. We Daniel made a post on the Kind of Funny subreddit one day, asking for podcast co-hosts. And,
Wow.
we didn't even know what type of podcast we were gonna do or anything. And,
No, yeah.
and I think we all just hopped on a Discord call one day, and we were just like, all right, let's do a video game podcast, and just came up with this. And
honestly, for the first
200 weeks later, here we
the
are.
first 40 episodes, probably, maybe. Like these two guys are on phones, mobile phones.
Yeah,
Whoa, really? Okay. I
awful
always,
quality.
you know what I always assumed was I
Great.
thought you guys had started when you guys did the that first creator thingy with Kind of Funny like years ago.
Oh,
That's
the
a-
community thing, yeah.
Yeah,
No, we were
yeah,
way
yeah.
before that.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That was my idea.
That's right. It was Sim's idea. I went far back enough in that Discord server where I saw where Sims says he like started the thing.
Yeah,
so.
well, it was like my idea. I don't like talking. I hate talking about it. But
Yeah,
then, like,
it makes
this-
me upset that
Yeah, it
entire...
just pisses me off. But there was this geezer, and he was like, "Oh, I'll take over," and I was like, "No." And then Tucker got involved. Wow, Coke is gassy, and then it all went just Pete Tong really quick. But it was so magical.
Coca-Cola.
It escalated so quick, but it declined quicker.
Yeah. Short-lived, short-lived.
Like broke me. Like I remember just having a breakdown. I was like watching all these people write statements on X, like on Twitter, like they're fucking pulling out of something. I don't know. It was weird, man. That was weird. But no, yeah, man. 200 episodes. Two of like my best friends, I think. Always talking about, we're always on the same level. Never like, it'd be one day it would be an absolute honor to meet you. It's definitely on the old bucket list.
Yeah, of course.
It's amazing that admittedly this year has been difficult for me. Like my daughter's got a hobby. As a father, things have to come first, but I've always listened as much as I can, supported the best way I can, loved you both the best way I can. But no, I'm super proud of it. Like, I've just worked a 12-hour shift, and I could have easily just gone, I'm not coming on tonight, boys. Steve is actually tie-tie, and not just being a pussy. But no, man, this meant a lot to me to be here today. Like, I did cancel football. I put football, said to my daughter, says not happening tonight. Dad's got some business to sort. She's like, you go to do your podcast, aren't you? I says, yeah. She goes, I'm not going to tell you what she says about the podcast. She goes, you're going to get like 2 likes. I was like, who gives a fuck? Yeah? Are you doing a podcast? I said this as well. Are you doing a podcast? She goes, no. So you doing YouTube videos? No. Sure then.
I'm your dad. Listen to me.
I like she burned you so hard in all of us by saying you got 2 likes.
I was like, and she was like, one of them's you.
It's literally 2 guys on the show. One of us forgets.
But no, yeah. I mean, look, 200 episodes in. Some podcasts do go 200 before they do get to an audience. To be fair, like, we may never get an audience, but I tell you what, like when it was regular for me to come on Thursday nights, best part of my life. Just get to be a nerd, get to be a gamer with 2 of my best friends that I've never met.
Is gamer a slur?
Mm.
I don't know.
Like if I
Depends who's calling me it.
yeah, if you get called a gamer, like that hurts, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling me a
no.
gamer?
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to get me
Like
cancelled for?
capital G gamer,
Yeah, it depends on where you put emphasis on the word.
Yeah, is it the capital G when that's
Is it gamer with a hard R?
the gamer with a
Andrew's getting canceled next. He's
Oh,
in the
no.
same boat now. All right, have
That's
fun with that.
awesome. Gamer with a hard R. Oh my god.
And with that,
We need to move on.
move on to
Let's
the
move
actual
on.
show. I guess if you didn't know, if this is your first time watching this show, we are the Nerd Gods. We are a video game podcast. We run down the weekly video game news. What else do we do? Then we go over what we've been playing. Normally, one of us is playing the latest and greatest video game that has recently come out. And then to end the show, we normally play a fun little game. Me and Daniel have been doing. What have we been doing lately, Daniel? We're doing our character rankings, video game character rankings.
Because it's just been me and you. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing that recently. Sometimes we play 20 questions. So yeah, typically end the show with a fun little game if you stick around that long. And yeah, please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/Nerdic Gods. So fun's available on all audio platforms. Guys, it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah. It was about to get busier tonight too.
About to get busier tonight. Our first news story, a very fitting news story for episode 200. Rockstar Games has finally given us our first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. The trailer shows off different areas of Vice City and the areas around it. We also got a little bit of backstory of the female protagonist in the game. And then the trailer ends with a release window of 2025. Daniel, here it is. Got to start with you. GTA 6, it's here. How fitting is it that we get this for episode 200?
Of course it is. We started, I don't know if you know, Andrew, technically our first episode, we've talked about this, I think, last week as well. The first episode was when Dan Houser left Rockstar. That was our very first episode, which was the beginning of 2020, I think in February. So yeah, it's very fitting that Rockstar, it's in our DNA to talk about Rockstar.
Yeah, I saw where you put that about the even the color scheme of your guys' logo is like that
very Vice City.
We call it something vapor or something. I've heard the term.
There's a few like Outrun or Vapor Wave.
Vapor. Hey, there you go. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a name.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah, we finally got to see what this game is. See the two protagonists, Lucia and I forget the other guy's name because the name wasn't in the trailer, but it was leaked.
It begins with a C, I think.
Okay, is it not? I thought it was Jason.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
was gonna say Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like it was weird that they didn't say his name in the trailer, but it was leaked his name. But yeah, we get Lucia, which seems like she's the main protagonist. I don't understand what's going to happen in this story because he definitely took a back seat in this trailer, and they kind of focused on her. I don't know if that's how it's going to be the whole game, if it's really still primarily playing as her. But yeah, Vice City looks great, very populated. I hope it's as populated as they're showing. Like that's going to be awesome. Because like Red Dead 2 is pretty populated when you get to the populated areas, but it's also there's a lot of wilderness and not as many people. Yeah, the city looks fantastic. As a Florida boy myself, like seeing the beach, like seeing Miami. Good song choice. I like hearing Tom Petty. Tom Petty's always great.
That to Spotify immediately because I did.
No, but I like Tom Petty.
I keep meaning to be fair.
I've listened to that song at least 20 times this week.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
I don't remember if it was Kotaku or Polygon. Someone put an article out about how like that song shot up on Spotify.
Yeah. I think that
this
trailer
whole generation now knows who Tom Petty is. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, there are some people that probably wouldn't. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the trailer right now. It could be more now. I think I looked at it this morning. I think it was at 120 million views, which isn't just bananas. I think that when they hit that 24-hour mark, I think they said it's the third fastest video to hit in terms of like views in 24 hours.
The highest and quickest non-music video view of all time.
That's awesome. Sweet. Still going to keep going. But yeah, it looks great. Very excited. 2025 is way later than I thought it would be. I thought we kept talking like maybe September, kind of fall next year. I'm wondering if it's going to be fall 2025, like September 2025, or does it need to hit like beginning of 2025 for that fiscal year?
You're muted, Sims.
You're muted, Sims.
I just see his mouth's just moving.
Yeah, don't listen. Yeah, right. You are new. All right. 20. Yeah, they projected all that money, aren't they? They projected them to have all that money earned in the 2024-2025. So what we say?
That would have to be before March 31st.
Yeah, it'd have to be like they have to release the game. Are they just that like confident that like they've released it the 1st of February and it just make billions?
Yeah,
they said multiple billions more.
GTA 6, right? It could come out literally whenever it wants, and it'll probably do the exact same numbers, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, in terms of release date, I could see it just going to fall 2025. Why not? It's like I was just saying, it doesn't matter when this game actually releases. If they have to delay it, they're gonna delay it. It's they're gonna just try to make the best product possible and not really care too much about the release date. If I had to bet, I could even see it getting delayed to 2026. I know that sounds drastic, but I wouldn't be shocked by that at all.
I don't see a delay. It's already been too long, so I don't know.
Going back to that massive leak, the big one from like a year ago, I think people were even the back were saying like this looks like it'd be like a 2025. Like 2024 just seemed too early, and like Connor was saying, 2026 seems like a little too far off. But like from that leak, that big massive leak they had last year, like it was suggested at like 2025. The game looked like it was about 2 to 3 years away. So
it was a very early build of the game.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, if you remember, that leak was all that footage we saw from the leak was from 2019. So whatever build they had there. So it's like, it's actually pretty impressive what was there and what we all saw in the leak for it being from 2019. So yeah, I can't wait to see the final product in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already been 5 years since Red Dead 2. So like I guess it's on track, but 7 years I guess makes sense, but that's like, man, like dev time's just way too long for these big games. It's just like not just Rockstar, but Rockstar like was putting out games very quickly. Like they were putting games every couple of years for
different times,
multiple
man,
generations.
You just see it go downhill during, I guess, downhill or uphill, depending on who you're asking. But like just throughout the generations, right? You got the PS2 era where they put out probably 8 games in that era, right?
Yeah.
That console generation. Then you get the 360, where you got 3, I guess, with 4,
3,
Red
yeah.
Dead 1, and then
There was a
GTA.
couple. There was freaking
Oh, table
Rockstar,
tennis.
table tennis, and
Yeah.
also did they do? They used to do the Midnight Club games more
Yeah,
often.
we got a port of Midnight Club. Midnight Club, I believe, was also on OG Xbox and PS2 as well. But yeah, same thing with Bully. We got a port of that as well. I'm not saying they don't put out more things than that, but in terms of new games, right?
I mean, they
We
haven't.
that one generation. Then you look at PS4, Xbox One gen, we only got one, right?
No, technically we didn't, because that's technically a 360 game.
Red Dead 2?
Or 5. Oh, I'm sorry, Red Dead 2.
Yeah,
You're right. 5, because 5 is technically a 360 game, even though it came out that like same year. It's crazy. But yeah, just Red Dead 2.
Yeah, I think the thing that's kind of most surprising to me with the whole trailer, just in general, is just how Rockstar this all felt. Like it really was the short cinematic. We're getting different views of the landscape trailer, and I just thought if there was any time for Rockstar to change what they were doing, it's now, right? With one of the Hauser brothers leaving, and then a lot of the head writers leaving as well. You could have seen Rockstar shift into being something else with GTA 6, but I think all signs point to they are just staying the course with what Rockstar Games really is with GTA 6, just from what we've seen from the short trailer.
I mean, Rockstar has an identity, and I think they should keep that.
For sure, but if there was ever a time, right?
Yeah.
It'd be now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very Rockstar trailer with the song and everything, like how they edited it, the
little
voiceover,
hints of the backstory of the main protagonist. It's like that is to a T Rockstar. That's exactly what we've gotten since GTA 4 now.
I think there was concerns too. A lot of people, I would read online that people had concerns that with the shift of like directors that GTA wouldn't be like wacky or wonky anymore. But like, I mean, going to Florida, like with the Florida man meme and everything, like this is the perfect setting for like the wackiness of like how people are kind of with like the social media and the twerking in the streets and like all that stuff.
Working
like
on the car,
on the car as it's moving, and then like I like how we saw like it was like a mud rally with the monster trucks and like just like flipping off the camera, and I'm like yeah, this doesn't seem that far. This is not a stretch at all of how I see social media. So like it's very on brand for Rockstar.
Yeah, today's Florida is such a perfect setting. Like when you think of crazy America, you think of Florida nowadays, right? So it's just it is a little too perfect that we're getting a Florida GTA game in the 2020s.
One thing I want to see, and I maybe you can correct me because I didn't see in the trailer, was there a theme park? Because like Florida's known for
we did not see a theme park.
Yeah. Like Florida's known for its big theme parks.
I hope they hold that one. Like don't show me that in any trailers. Let me just find that.
Like give me the Disney equivalent.
Yeah.
Like that'd be so cool. Just like go up north and it's just like a huge like roller coasters you could ride and stuff, walk around. It'd be really cool.
Yeah. I want to see how big like the Everglades section is of that game, because like,
very true. Because Everglades are huge.
Yeah, there's like the flamingos and the little like what do you call those? Those little the watercraft with like the fan on the back, like we see very early in the trailer.
Yeah, like a hover thing.
Yeah, like some kind of hovercraft thing. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's not just Miami. Like it's not just the focus on like Miami, like the past like last 5 cities. So I'm like, that's cool. We're gonna see like, a little more biome diversity kind of thing.
Yeah, was that supposed to be Key West in that one shot?
It's like from above?
From the above shot with that big bridge?
I think so.
Okay, because like I think the Key West bridge is technically way longer than that, but like it's known for that really long bridge to get to Key West. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that if they're doing Everglades, Key West is not that much further. Like you just go on that big bridge down, very far south, and they gotta have something up north. Like that's got to be like, I don't know if they're going to like my hometown area, like West Palm. That's gonna be like maybe more like golfy stuff, beach stuff. Okay. I doubt they'd really do that. Maybe they would, and then maybe they go even more north to do, like Kissimmee area where Disney is. So
there was a whole golf island in the original Vice City, no? So I could see them doing that.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Steven Sims, how are you feeling about this trailer?
I'm watching it now. I put it on. I put it in the middle of us, like with the power of the power of technology. Man, this trailer makes me happy, man. It just looks like alive. The game just looks alive, doesn't it? Look at it, all the bright neon lights. Like there's one specific shot where it just reminds you of Vice City.
Yeah, it's like the strip.
The strip, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. It's just like, look at that. And like, all the alligators and, this world woman twerking. She's having a great time. It just looks alive, and like I think the main character in a Grand Theft Auto has always been the city. So
Sad.
yeah, I mean, I'd like to just touch on the leak. I think it was very disappointing. I was actually upset because I missed the leak. You know, I love a good leak, but this was like I wanted this to be the whole world watching it at the same time. That I was like, this is we've all waited for this so long, and then for it to be leaked and then unceremoniously just like Rockstar, like you may as well just have it now. Then it's like me going to get all my Christmas presents now, and then like Christmas Day, I got nothing to look forward to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually watched it the day it came out. I watched it the time it was supposed to come out. Weirdly enough, I was like, I just I don't know, stuck to my guns. Yeah, this game I'm a bit disappointed in 2025. I expected to begin it March next year. In all honesty, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I thought, yeah, because why not? Why not? We've waited long enough. Why not?
Yeah, I do have to ask why reveal it now if it really is fall 2025, you know? Like you are
2 years.
GTA, you know, you are Rockstar. What you really don't need a 2-year hype cycle with this at all.
It's
Yeah,
only,
that's
only
why
a
it
year,
makes
innit?
sense for next year.
It'll be early. It'll be April 2025.
Suppose you're Rockstar and you probably have like Nav was saying earlier about the fiscal and the fiscal year ends in March. I mean I would have the only thing I can think of is maybe you would want to show these numbers, right? We broke this record for most views, like in you know in a day or whatever for a non-music video. Maybe you would want to have that ahead, show that a little ahead to show like your investors, like even without our one of our main writers around, like still have like good faith in us. Like maybe we have like you know I don't know, maybe it's to get another round of investment. Probably not around. No, they have all the money they need, but maybe it's just kind of like a good faith thing for maybe shareholders to kind of just see that like we're still Rockstar, just like you know, like one fiscal year ahead of like the release. Because suppose it could come out if it's 2025, like you guys were saying earlier. That's you know that's January, that's February, that's March right there. So it could still come out within the next fiscal year that starts after next March.
Yeah.
So it could just be a show of like we're still Rockstar kind of thing. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it is again, this is very Rockstar, right? Like all of them. I know I just saw a tweet that had like the Red Dead 2 reveal trailer, and then 2 years later the game came out. And then, you know, I saw like the whole lineup of how that went. We didn't get another trailer for Red Dead 2 until a year after, and that one gave us the release date of another year after that. So you know, maybe it's the same type of thing there that they're going for. I just wonder why still. You know, it's like you could literally announce this and then shadow drop it and it would probably sell the same amount, you know.
Or not even an announcement, just like here's the game.
Yeah.
That'd
So-
explode the internet, you know. Wait, it's
So-
out.
Someone that was I saw a tweet of from somebody who was doing I forgot at which studio, but someone involved in marketing saying about how like it was probably done just to avoid further leaks. Like this is like the latest thing we have just to avoid further leaks in the future, but also just like a really long term slow rollout of like marketing where it's just like they had like these internal milestones they want to reach in a studio that the public just not aware of, and it's just like you know this month like we did this thing, and in a couple of months here's the next part of like the rollout, and like all this like slow steady build, even though it does seem like premature like 2 years, but like I mean maybe it's closer to like a year and a half kind of thing, right? So
Yeah.
it could just be a slow, very strategic, organized rollout over time.
Yeah, I guess if it's true that it is at the beginning of 2025, I mean they're gonna have to have sometime next year. They'd probably say the date, right? Whenever they decide to do that.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Like this time next year, you're saying?
Or even maybe a little bit before, but I'd say it's just sometime next year they'd have to like kind of start prepping people for like, yeah, beginning of 2025 is when it's coming out.
Yeah, when do you guys think exactly we get the next trailer?
They don't really care when to put it out too, so if I'm gonna guess, maybe fall next year. Not a full year, but close.
Maybe summer. Maybe something for the summer, those little summer shows. No, they don't need. They don't need. To do,
They
make
don't do-
appearances. Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think August, September next year.
That's what I'm thinking.
We get another trailer, and then I actually think that one, to your point, Daniel, I think that one will focus more on the male protagonist. If
Okay,
it is
sure.
dual protagonist, like we're assuming, and it is they are both the main protagonist type thing, because in the leaks it was that whole Bonnie and Clyde rumor, and the trailer very much showcases that, right? So I could see it kind of focusing more on him, and maybe a similar type of trailer as well. No gameplay, just cinematics, and just showing
A little bit of his
backstory. Yeah, what's going on with him? Because it looks like, what's her name, Lucia?
See,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like she was in prison, and then she's coming out of prison, and like that sounds like a really cool opening to me. So I wonder what's going on with him exactly throughout that time.
Did you guys see that tweet going around or that theory about how because in the key art she has like an ankle monitor and that's going to control how much of how much of the area you can explore throughout the game, like little by little.
Oh,
I hope
that'd be
that
cool.
I don't know. That sounds
GTA
weird.
always does that though, with like the bridges, and like they're
Yeah,
blocked
the
off
bridge-
until
But
a certain section
you
of
can
the
only
game.
do the bridges so many times though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Sorry, construction going on right here.
like a
GTA 5
gradually.
didn't, though.
No.
Yeah, no,
so-
GTA 5 did it. Actually,
no,
there
yeah,
was a little bit of that game where you can't go north, like in the beginning of that game. You can't go north until you unlock Trevor.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Ah.
know.
I don't think I ever.
I remember
think I ever
getting that
tried.
game allegedly really early and just traveling with Michael, being annoyed that I couldn't be Trevor because I had big plans to be Trevor, take all his clothes off, and drive around in my pants.
Yeah, in his underwear.
That was my plan. But I spent all the time with Franklin, and I just drove around the map. It was the best thing ever.
I am glad they're going with 2 protagonists now instead of 3. I think 2 is a little bit better there.
If it's for the
tell a
story
yeah. But yeah, man, can't wait. Rockstar Games putting out another game. I mean, they are the leaders of this industry, right? So anytime they put out something, it is a must play. So yeah, can't wait. 2025, here we go.
So excited.
A couple years away. All right, cool. Anything else on GTA, guys? Before we move on.
Hopefully, this is the game that gets everybody off of Roblox and Fortnite for a little bit. And
If I could push a button and just have those games end, I would. I would just end them.
I should mention, confirmed for PS5 and Xbox Series only. No PC at launch.
Oh, well, don't forget the Switch 2. It's coming to the Switch 2.
Why do we think the GTA isn't going to the PC straight away? Is it because they don't?
I just don't think that they've said anything yet.
Is it because they don't want it
still
modded straight away, or
they're just not PC focused? I don't think, but I still don't think that it's like nailed down. There's still plenty of time, like
I'd say
if
their
it's a
biggest
year and a
need
half
if it was
away.
coming
over
out
the
next
PC.
year, so me and Daniel were talking about this a little bit ago, but if it were coming out next year, I would have assumed it was launching on PC because just to make up for the lack of consoles that would be in the market by that point. But by 2025, you got to figure what PlayStation's going to be. PS5s will be sold in the 80 million,
60. I
right
was
around
around
there.
60, 70.
I mean, they're at
probably.
50 already. So
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. So I would assume
Yeah, maybe
80s.
80.
Assume Xbox is in 40s, 50s million, right around
Mhm.
there. So I mean, that's well over 100 million consoles out there. Plus, you got to think of all the consoles GTA 5 is going to sell itself. And then you get the double dip as well, right? Because a lot of PC players will go out and buy consoles, and then they will also buy it on PC when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. The double dipping, but also I saw someone tweet who knows more about this stuff. Just that with PCs, there's so many unknown variables at launch, just because every PC build is so different that it's just easier for like them metric wise to just have 2 things just to worry about, like 2 consoles to worry about, and like Hunter said, double dipping, but also just like a lot of those PC variables. Like remember what happened? Was it Arkham Knight or one of the Arkham games that was just
it was Knight.
Unplayable practically on PC, and I don't think they ever I don't think they ever fixed it.
They took it down. I think they took it back and fixed it, but it was a long time.
Because a lot of people presume that because these games are made on computers, that therefore it should be like the easiest way to like port them. But like, there's just so many unknown variables.
Yeah, it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, so I think the double dipping and those
so many different PC builds out there, right? Like it's so hard to develop just for that. I mean, we see it nowadays with pretty much every new release. PC version's always the worst one.
It was good for a while. It feels like there was a period where we were getting pretty good ports, but then now it feels like these past like 2 years maybe ports are just bad again.
Yeah,
because like forever PC ports were known to be bad, and then it felt like it kind of turned for a bit. That they're pretty good, and then now I feel like we're just back to bad PC ports again. Yeah, I hope for the sake of like gamers, capital G gamers, I hope for the sake of them that it comes out to PC because I just want more people to play this game. But yeah, we'll have to
Tim,
see.
did you get a new dog?
But him, I don't know, June, July, August, September.
Okay.
One of those months.
Dog's name?
Freddie. His name's Freddie, obviously.
Freddie.
Freddie,
Okay.
Obviously.
Couldn't
Oh,
guess
come on,
that.
mate. What are you doing? He's a pain in the ass. Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Moving on then. Our next news story. The first trailer for Amazon's Fallout TV show has been released, showing a vault dweller exploring apocalyptic LA. I wrote that. I still can't pronounce it. The
Yeah.
first episode premieres on April 12th, 2024. Guys, been seeing a lot of images for this show recently. We got that leaked trailer back in like June-ish, I want to say. It was a little while ago now. I don't think it was even the same trailer as this one, to be honest.
Probably different
'cause I
cut.
watched that a couple times. Yeah, you're probably right. But here it is. Got a first trailer. Looking pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, I think obviously I think that the visuals, like there are some CG shots that I think looked could be better, but they can only do so much with whatever their budget is. But I think for the most part it looked pretty solid. I'm interested to watch it, even though like I don't really even have I think Amazon Prime right now. But
What's your Amazon Prime? Why don't you have
I
Amazon
don't have it,
Prime?
right.
Everyone has Amazon Prime. Everyone wants the deliveries early, a day early.
2-day shipping, Nav. 2-day shipping.
I know
One
I
day-
get
one
it.
day
I'll
over
get it
here.
and then cancel it. I'll get it and cancel it. That's what I do.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, it looks good. God, I gotta love seeing Walton Goggins as like the ghoul or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Like his nose cut off, looking like
thus far is
Red
literally
Skull.
the ghoul.
Yeah,
He did-
yeah.
Yes, I was like, what does he remind me of? I was trying to figure. I'm like, he looks
Red
too.
Skull.
He looks too clean for a ghoul. Like he looks
Yeah, it
just
does
very
look way too
clean.
Yeah.
Just the triangle nose. I'm like, who does it? I'm like, Red Skull. That's what it is.
It's Red
yeah.
Skull, dude. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
he's Red Skull. But yeah, it looks good. I'm interested to see what the main plot is going to be. Like, seems like it's gonna take place with like a few different characters doing different things, and then maybe they come together or something. I'm not 100% sure. Like, it seems like our main protagonist, she's like coming out of the vault, so she's gonna be like a fish out of water story. But then like Walton Goggins is gonna be maybe a villain-esque, maybe an antagonist. Who knows? Maybe not the main villain, but who knows? Then there's I think one other protagonist. I don't remember his name, but
Yeah, I read the Variety article because I'm a huge Fallout fan. Anything Bethesda, anything Bethesda. So I read the Variety article, and like her character, she's basically it sounds similar to Fallout 1, although it's not based on any particular Fallout at all. It's like completely separate. It's canon. Todd Howard said it's a canon story set in Fallout, but it's not like a retelling of any of the games. But like, she's leaving the vault on a mission to find some kind of device. I don't know if it's like a Gek again kind of thing or one of those things, or the but she's leaving the vault to find a particular thing to bring back. And then Walt, the Ghoul character, is supposed to be, he's like a bounty hunter. Like he's supposed to somehow get entangled with her, along with the I forget the main character is not the other character is not one of the ones in this power armor. He's like a scribe or something. He's like a regular Brotherhood of Steel, like one of the squire. I'm sorry, squire. So he's not gonna have like the full armor, at least not at the beginning of the show, at least. And like somehow there's different like missions kind of get all like caught up somehow.
But what you're saying
That
is
sounds awesome.
it's not going to be better than what's that program I forgot?
you're talking about Twisted Metal, and it's
Twisted
probably
Metal.
going to be better than Twisted Metal. I'm sure.
So kind of tell him.
I mean, Twisted Metal was great. I mean, I gotta imagine this is gonna be better. This one's got Jonathan Nolan attached to it, so
Very true.
not as good as Christopher
So
Nolan.
being
but-
Mr. Bethesda over there, Starfield. What happened?
Uh oh.
A
Wouldn't
good
it be
game. What do you
episode
mean? What
200
happened?
without Sims changing the subject?
Well, yeah.
Starfield didn't do enough things that were special enough to stand out. That's pretty much it.
Did you
That's
finish
pretty
it? Have you
Of
done
course
that?
I did.
Have you done everything?
I beat it. I beat it 3 times.
I've not
Hell
finished it
yeah.
once. So, but
I
like,
haven't
have you
finished
done
it. I'm getting to
everything? Like, why doesn't it stand out?
Well, because like it's it's a usual Bethesda jank, even though this is like the most polished Bethesda game I played at launch.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't have like Ultra or what it's called Ultimate Hand like Zelda, like to really define physics or whatever, right? It doesn't do that. It doesn't have like amazing storytelling, although if you played enough Bethesda games, the story is pretty much a Bethesda story, if you know what that means. So like for me, what I love about Starfield is I love the sense of awe when you go to a new planet and you see the freaking like the planet take up your entire cockpit view, and it's just like you see like the little particle effects of the asteroids, and there's like a sun in the back, there's like a star or another sun in the background. It's just like space is like, as a huge Star Wars fan, space just always instills me with a sense of awe. So Starfield, for me, being like one of my favorite games from this year, it's definitely much more of a subjective, like personal choice rather than being like, oh, like this is like the best, first person shooting. Like it's not. But it's better than any Fallout like first person shooting system. So I'll tell you that. But I just really love Starfield. It really connected with me. So.
But spoilers, you get that awesome ship when you beat it. And,
yeah,
it has like a giant view of just when you're flying around space, and it looks so cool.
Like you can walk onto the glass of like the cockpit. Yeah, really cool. But back to Fallout.
It's all right. I do that all the time.
That's all right.
Yeah, back to Fallout indeed. Yeah, I think this looks awesome. I'm also a huge Fallout fan. One thing that didn't come across super well was the sense of humor, right? That dark sense of humor really has to be there. And it was a little bit in that trailer, but I really want to see how they nail that exactly. Yeah. I'm definitely most interested in Walter Goggins' character.
I think that's what the sense of humor is going to be, is from him.
Yeah, hopefully too. And it looks like we'll get flashbacks to the pre-drop of the nukes through him, right? Because since ghouls live that long, right? And there was like a little hint of him in human form in that trailer as well. So it looks like we'll kind of see a little bit of the pre-apocalypse before that, and that'll be cool. So yeah, I'm super interested in it, man. Yeah, I'm with Danny. I want to know the full plot, like what exactly is going on here with all the characters. But I'm in, man. I thought it looked awesome. I see a lot of people shitting on the CGI and stuff like that.
I think it looks fine.
Yeah. The only thing that looked a little off to me is the power armor.
Yeah,
when they were walking
around.
It's
gonna be tough.
Yeah, that looked a little weird to me, but and like I don't even know if that was CGI. That looked a little more practical than anything.
Maybe a mix.
Yeah, and maybe that's why I kind of ended up looking a little weird. But they still have 4 months to work on it, so maybe it'll look a little bit better by the time it actually comes around.
I think the movement in the power armors will looked off. It looked like it looked like it was made of cheap. Like it looked like it was made like very cheap material. It didn't have like that heft, like that weight.
Looked like cosplay, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't know if I necessarily want that in the show, but everything else looked good. I thought the monsters looked good. You saw what do they call the bears, Andrew? Yogai bears or whatever?
Yagwe.
Yeah, there you go. That those looked awesome.
That looked cool.
The rad roaches were in there. It's like
rad roach. Gotta have the rad roaches.
Yeah, you gotta have that. So I thought all that was really cool. I love that it's canon as well. I think that's awesome. So it's like, I don't know, maybe you could hint at things that kind of happened in Fallout 3.
See, like the ghoul in the
like
game
that.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they talk about the water purified in Fallout 3 and stuff like that, or just bring in little hints like that, or even stuff that happened. I've never played 1 and 2, but even stuff I know those are more on the West Coast, right, Andrew? Right? I think 1 is in LA, right?
1 and 2 are both in California. Yeah.
So
and this one is too. You can tell because they have like the Griffith Observatory and one of the flashbacks, and the pier at Venice Beach, which are that's LA as hell. So
yeah. So that's awesome. I can't wait to see like what a super mutant looks like, or a Deathclaw. It's like
Deathclaw.
Those are really fucking cool.
And when
waiting for
the first question was, where was the Deathclaw?
Yeah.
That's probably something you'd say for like the last episode or like.
Oh, definitely.
But I wanted to see like the little Protectrons or the little Mr. Gutsy robots like just floating around. I was hoping to see some of those because I love those, the very proper like, little Mr. Gutsy robots with the freaking saw blades hanging out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think what they really need though is like they need to have that 50s music somewhere in there. They need to have that in the episode, whether in the credits or something like that's so much of the Fallout vibes.
Dion or like Frankie Valli, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Like.
Buddy Holly.
I need a scene once an episode with music just playing out her Pit Boy, and her just walking around,
or like a radio at a bar or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it could be with Walton Goggins walking into a saloon and it's just playing like the music, and he's like trying to kill someone or something. Yeah.
Everybody using bottle caps as currency, like it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the show. I think Jonathan Nolan, he did great with Westworld. At least I've only seen season 1 of that show, but that was a great season. Great season of television, Never went past that because it was a perfect season, and I was like, you shouldn't make a season 2. So in my mind, they never did.
Never got a chance to watch that one.
Great.
Yeah, there was in the Variety article they mentioned how Todd Howard he got a lot of pitches for different like takes on Fallout over the years, but the one that he liked the most was this one with like you mentioned Jonathan Nolan saying like we want to do this original story, and like I guess the past pitches were like, oh, we want to make a movie of Fallout 3 or whatever, and he's like we're not interested in doing like retellings, and so like this particular pitch he got from Jonathan Nolan was like we want to do an original story set in the universe, and he's like all right, like let's do it.
Ooh.
Go indeed. All right, cool. Our next news story. Insider Gaming has gotten some information of the heavily rumored Wu-Tang Clan game. They can confirm that the game will be a third-person melee-oriented RPG with 4-player co-op with a strong focus on having music and combat intertwined. No word on release yet, but the gameplay they saw suggests the game is at least a year or two away. Daniel?
Yes.
Wu-Tang Clan? Ain't nothing to fuck with.
No, it's not.
For the
We've
children.
been hyped about this since
We talked about this like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think it was in 2021.
I was trying to think, like, when did we first hear
It was
about
before
this?
Halo
It's been a
Infinite was
while.
not out yet.
Really? Okay. It must have
Yeah.
been like right before.
Because there
that
was like a
then.
thing I remember because I made the thumbnail. It was Chief and the Wu-Tang symbol on it. It was something with Infinite. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, this is interesting. I really want to see what this game is. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be co-op, right? So you playing all the different members, right? And like you playing RZA and like Method Man and Ghostface, like beating people up. Is it like
It
contemporary?
definitely sounds like a beat 'em up too, right?
Yeah.
Melee oriented.
So is it like contemporary times? Like, are they going downtown New York right now and beating people up? Or like, are they gonna like make it more Shaolin, right? Like, are they gonna make like, Ghostface like have a gi on and he's gonna be like, kung fuing it up?
Like straight up like Yakuza or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just interested in what this is gonna be. Like, man, go get Ghostface Killer and RZA and Method Man. Have them come out at the Game Awards.
Awesome.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm super curious to just see like what exactly type of game are we going for here? Is it a AA thing or is it a big AAA thing? Are we going for more? Because they mentioned a lot of loot in the Insider Gaming article. Are you guys going for more of a live service type of thing, looter shooter type of thing? Oh, I guess it'd be looter melee.
I hope not.
But yeah, it's just it's kind of hard to tell just from not getting any gameplay or any sort of trailer of what this game exactly is gonna be. But I like the whole music oriented thing. That's
Yeah, I get like Hi-Fi Rush vibes with that.
yeah. Like I wonder if they're going for that. I gotta imagine
Like
there's gonna
fighting to a beat,
be
like a
fuck
hip hop
ton of
beat.
music in this game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they've produced a lot of music. I mean, RZA's a very like prolific producer. He's produced a lot of their stuff and stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
They give a name for the studio as well. It is a new studio that was formed in 2019. So I do wonder what the chops are going on there, who's all working there, who came to form that studio, etc.
Mm-hmm. And you would hope that they're probably going to get other people to help do the music, but you would hope that they'd be in there.
Oh,
Be in there
dude,
doing
they gotta
stuff.
make like a
Found
whole
a thumbnail.
album worth of music.
You what?
I found a thumbnail.
You found the thumbnail I made? Yeah. What episode was that?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say. Let me have a look. I can get details of when you made it. I reckon.
No, I just want to know like what episode
Oh,
that
no.
was that I had that. I'm curious because I do remember
28th of
making it.
October 2001.
2021. Yeah, so it was October 20. It was that was 2 years ago when we talked about this story. That's awesome.
Forever ago. Wow.
Yeah.
But that makes sense with them being formed in 2019, right? You figure
Mhm.
what they were working on 2 years from then. If it's coming out 2 years from now, that makes sense.
So, do we think it's even going to be maybe just a side scroll and beat 'em up? Is it going to be that small?
They
Or
do
is it
say
gonna be
third
more-
person, right? So I guess it'd be.
Oh, they do say third
more-
person, yeah.
I don't know.
More Yakuza?
Yeah,
or like a
Yakuza like,
dragon?
I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you think of when you think of third person beat 'em up nowadays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it would be something along those lines. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure here. We definitely need a trailer for this, so we can just stop
You
speculating.
got to show some gameplay.
Yeah. Give me like a short little trailer with a cool song and some gameplay snippets in there.
It's got to be protect your neck, right? It's got to be protect your neck.
Yeah, I
It's
see.
got-
I wonder if they make all new music for it.
Yeah, but they got such rich music, like especially if it's gonna
Sure.
have a lot of that because there's a lot of members too. Like you gotta have a song that like talks about each of them, right? Or like you have each of them be able to rap or something. Like Protect
Yeah.
Your Neck has them all, right? Or most of them. So do something like that or whatever. That'd be what I would do.
Protect your neck.
Mhm.
Like that next Sims.
What does that mean?
All right, cool. it's the song.
Do you
title.
not know the song?
I don't think I know the Wu-Tang Clan, if I'm the truth.
Oh, okay. You
I'll-
just okay. Move on.
Yeah, I only slightly know them a little bit too. So don't
See,
feel
look,
bad, Sims.
I'm not the whitest
Oh,
person in the room,
no.
am I?
It's being
Oh,
published by
no.
Xbox, right? So maybe it is
Yeah,
more
it's
of a
true.
AAA thing. Like I can't imagine. I guess I don't know. Xbox does like making those AA type of things too. So yeah, I don't know.
They did with like Battletoads and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, even Hi-Fi Rush, I
Halo.
would consider a AA
Sure.
type thing. Yeah,
Gears
Pentiment
of
too, right?
War.
So
Pentiment.
Halo,
do you
Gears of
talking
War,
about?
AA game,
Yeah,
Starfield,
AA games. Star-
AA game that came out this year. I would even go as far as say Starfield's indie. if I'm
It's his
being honest.
Starfield. You're right. Starfield's an indie.
Is Starfield an
game.
independent
You guys are
game?
wrong.
I
You
think
guys
it
are wrong
is.
for that.
We have fun on the
Uh,
podcast. We have fun.
Our next news story. In a recent interview with the director for The Witcher 4, he said we can expect to see Geralt of Rivia's saga continue in the next entry for the series. Guys, they just started development on this game. So it's still a ways away for The Witcher 4. But we have got confirmation that Geralt will be in it in some way, shape, or form. I never ended up playing that Blood and Wine DLC for
I
Witcher
never did.
3, but I know
played
that
the
was
first
supposed to the first DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I did, yeah. The Heart something.
Yeah,
whatever
Hearts
it
of
was.
Stone or
So-
something
Yeah,
like
so-
that.
yeah. Yeah, I played that one. Never played the good one though. So, but I know that one was supposed to wrap up everything kind of in a nice little package there, right? So it's kind of interesting that Geralt will continue here. But I guess you kind of have to. When you think of Witcher now, you just think of Geralt. So it'd be a little weird not to have him at least in the game in some capacity.
Yeah, that's what because like they don't really say, oh, you're playing as him. It's like
Yeah.
his saga continues. So like, are they just gonna go the Ciri route?
You would
And, like,
assume, right? If it's another protagonist, it would be Ciri.
yeah. I mean, I would think so. Or maybe do another because like you play as Ciri like a few sections in 3. Maybe they do the same thing with like Ciri just being the main character who you play as most of the time, and then have sections as Geralt. Because like I think people would really still want to play as Geralt. He's still a very beloved character, and him just being a side character, I don't know. That doesn't really do him justice. I don't think.
It
Go
is
back and forth. Give me a switch button.
It's kind of
Ooh.
interesting that they would because I'm thinking, I mean, it has no bearing on the development of the game, but thinking about how they did a switch recently with the Netflix show with what's his name, not Thor, his
Oh,
brother.
Cavill.
Yeah.
Cavill to Thor's brother. Yeah. Liam.
I forgot his last name already. But
Hemsworth.
anyway, thank you, Liam Hemsworth. Like, and then I know a lot of people are not excited about that. It seems like this would be kind of like the thing. It's like, okay, you're still gonna get like Geralt proper in some continuation. So it could be kind of. I mean, I don't think that's what it'd be because it just seems like I'm sure the game has nothing about development wise hinges on the show. But it could just be like a goodwill kind of thing to like Geralt will return like MCU styles kind of thing. So. That could be kind of it. I never finished Witcher 3, but I understand. Like, yeah,
Oh,
Connor
you
said,
should.
It's a long game.
yeah, that's why.
I don't blame you.
It's great. You should finish it though.
But yeah, like what Connor said, I heard a lot of people were happy with the way that wrapped up. His story wrapped up in 3, so it just seems odd to kind of it feels like that Tony Stark thing. We're like should we revive him because we kind of like we need that goodwill again. It's like no, just leave him how it is. So
But
I mean,
Yeah,
it could-
but he doesn't die. Compared to Tony.
right. I
Spoilers.
know.
Tony's dead. Like Geralt is fine.
yeah, but the multiverse exists.
Yeah, you got to bring in the Witcher multiverse. Wait till Henry Cavill's Geralt pops out. Out of a fucking portal in
Oh.
Witcher 4.
Sick.
All the Geralts come together. Then here comes Liam Hemsworth, and everyone turns off the fucking game. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for this though. I imagine we're getting the Witcher 1 remake first before this. I don't know how far along that is either. So I don't know. CD Projekt Red been very open with what they're working on exactly. So
Yeah.
and it kind of seems like we're gonna end up getting a lot of things very close together. Like if that Cyberpunk sequel is starting development now, and the Witcher sequel, I know half the Polish side of CD Projekt Red is now working on Witcher 4, and that kind of just started development now. I'd imagine they're only going to be 2-3 years apart, you know? So it's like, okay, at least we'll get a big, and then the remake as well. That might be like a year or two before Witcher 4. So I think once that remake hits, we'll be getting a lot of CD Project Red just very quickly, and that'll be a good time.
I mean, it's already been 3 years since we've gotten a game from them, so
Yeah.
So it's already been a while. So like they're heads down working on
They
working on
got to
4
work
right now.
on that live service game that is Cyberpunk 2077. Best ongoing game. All right, cool. Anything else on Witcher 4, guys?
Did either of you guys read or listen to Jason Schreier's Blood, Sweat, and Pixels book by any chance?
No.
No, there's an entire chapter about the development of Witcher 3, and it's really fast. I just listened to it like about 2 weeks ago, and it's really interesting stuff. The whole like culture at CD Projekt Red, and just how ambitious Witcher 3 was for them. It's a good read if you guys had the chance to check it out.
Well, is it what you say? You listen to it? What did you do? The audiobook?
Audiobook.
Yeah, Spotify recently added audiobooks, so I would tackle one chapter on my commute every time I would drive. I would just listen to a chapter, and
Is that for free or did you pay for it as well?
If you have, I don't know. I have Spotify Premium, so I think you can do it free, but you're limited to how many audiobooks you get per month.
I don't think that's everywhere. Oh, I do mine through Audible. I'll have a look. I do mean to listen to it actually. One of those books. I listened to Reg Fils-Aimé's book. That was a good book.
Oh yeah, I heard that one's good. I haven't checked it out yet, but
I have so many books I plan on listening to, but for some reason I have 10 hours a day or 8 to 10 hours a day at work to listen to things, and I just listen to podcasts and I'm
Podcasts and music.
I have no time to listen to books, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to cut your podcast listening down, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's gaming related, it's almost like a podcast to me because it's just a chapter of like the development of Shovel Knight and the development of The Witcher and development of Dragon Age Inquisition. And it's like they're each like 30 minutes long, like just listening to them. So it's digestible, I think.
I just had I got like an app called Pocket Cast, and I just had like my Pocket Cast Wrapped, and obviously it's like the usual kind of funny this that blah blah blah. It was like the longest episode I listened to was the one episode of Sacred Symbols I listened to this year. Was 3.5 hours.
4 hours.
Like no, it's like 3.5 hours. It's probably the shortest episode they've done this year.
Yeah.
And I listened to it, and it was like, whoa, that was a long episode. I was like, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, they're usually running about 4 hours or so.
Fuck it, I've seen one at 5. Fuck that, I'm out.
Didn't you guys do a for like 2022's like at the end of the year game of the year discussion, or like all the stuff you guys played for 2022? I think it was like, isn't it like a 4-hour pod? I think also.
Yeah, but it's probably done over like 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd have to look and see.
That was a long one, but it's also like one of my favorite ones because I laughed so much during that episode you guys did. It was freaking hilarious.
The Last of Us spoiler cast. That was probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
It was like
we were just like, right, we'll do a bit now. We'll do a bit now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will see us get dressed.
We tell everyone that never happened.
Our game of the year episode for 2022 was 3 hours and 42 minutes.
Okay, it was almost
4 hours.
Yeah, it was almost 4. We were almost.
What
there.
about
we should have just
Scroll
bantered
down
for
to the
15
Last of Us spoiler?
What about the game of the year? Yeah, and the game and the best game ever or whatever. I put all together.
Also, I think our game of the year 2020 might have been even.
Our game of the year 2021 was 3 hours and 24 minutes. So
Okay.
that one was up there. Game of the year for 2020 was only 2 hours and 12 minutes. We did that one. It was because of the format. We changed the format after 2020.
Oh, you're right.
We went to a different format, so now it's just longer.
because 2021 was just not a great year or something.
No. 2021 and 2022 were really long. It was the 2020. It was we did it more of like a point system, and we weren't like more discussions. We went to more discussions.
Bullet point. Okay.
Yeah. Where is The Last of Us? Trying to find it.
We've definitely done some long ones for sure.
I just remember because the one for last year, the 2022 ones you guys did, like I had to break it down like throughout over the course of a week. And
me too. And I was
basically.
And we probably spent like the last hour talking about bullshit or something.
Oh man.
Yeah. Our Last of Us Part 2 spoiler cast was 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Really? I would have thought that would have been longer.
Yeah.
It felt longer.
You did so well as well.
All right, cool. Keep it on then. Our last news story. This will be a quick one. Where's the write-up? Wholesome Games held a small direct yesterday. Wholesome Games. Daniel, what exactly is Wholesome Games? Are they a publisher?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they always do their wholesome game like showcase type thing.
Okay. And then was this in partnership with the Game Awards? Because they called it the Game Awards after that. But I don't know if they were like actually partners with them.
I don't know, but they have their marketing on there. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's like the same logo design too. I don't know. It must have been some sort
They
of
must
partnership.
Jeff must have just like gave him an okay to do it.
Yeah. Anyways, Daniel, did you watch it? I'm assuming you're the only one.
I didn't really watch, but I looked at some of the stuff that was
Okay.
in there.
Anything stick out to you?
Yeah, let me pull it up. There was a few games that we actually got like an
Wiley looks
update.
for that.
What did these guys publish before? They published like Vemba.
They or at least they had like the announcement of it of Venba.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there was like some big game that
Wiley looks for that. Chris in the chat has said, "Hi guys, congratulations on 200 episodes. It pains me to credit Jason Schreier, but Blood, Sweat, and Pixels is a very good listen."
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That
Chris
guy
and
hates
Jason
me, right?
beefing.
Chris, you can pop in
Me-
here if you want.
Me and Chris, yeah. Me and Chris were on the drive to London, and for 2
That's right.
hours and 15 minutes, he was like, "Fuck Jason Schreier." I was like, "But Chris, let's talk about wrestling." He was like, "Nah, fuck
Nah.
Jason Schreier." And I was like, "But Chris, you're being unreasonable."
They got
Um,
beef.
yeah, there's a lot of cute little games here. The two that like popped out to me was Simpler Times, which I think we've seen before, and
Mhm.
what was the other one called? Duck Detective looks really cute. But yeah, they get a lot of cute looking games, a lot of like obviously farm sims and stuff like that. Like that's where a lot of indie games are. But yeah, it's just a nice little showcase showing off some really small games.
Cool.
Wait, is Eastward getting a
It's
sequel?
DLC,
Oh,
or maybe it's DLC, or
No, I see, it's an expansion. There you go.
yeah,
Part
that's
two.
what I thought. Yeah.
Oh.
Eastward's not a game. I think I own it. I never got
Yeah.
to check it out though.
I never finished it, but what I played of that game, I actually really liked. So I need to finish that one too. So many games I have to finish.
We will now
Too many
move on
games.
to what we've been playing. Who wants to start? Andrew, you're a guest. Start with you.
Oh
What kind of
man.
video games you've been playing lately, man?
I'm trying to think. Well, I'm like trying to wrap like what am I missing? I actually just finished. I started and finished the first Alan Wake because I was like I need to play Alan Wake 2, but I'm like I need to do the first one. Very mid game that first one. I do not like the combat at all. Story is cool. That story is what kept me going. But the whole like Luigi's Mansion like focus the beam on them until you can like beat them or whatever. I didn't enjoy. I did not like that. More recently, what was I playing? I was playing a little bit of Sea of Stars. Haven't finished that yet, but if you like Chrono Trigger or any of those like SNES era RPGs, obviously, you should try it out.
Yeah, I loved Sea of Stars. I beat it.
Did you finish it? Okay,
Yeah, I did.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Played
Did you get-
some.
Did you get the true ending? Because I heard there's like a true ending. There's like the
No,
base
so
ending.
yeah, the true ending I looked up. The true ending is so worth doing if you got the time. But I think it was Alan Wake 2 was coming out like the next day, so I just had to beat it. So I didn't have time to actually get the true ending. But I ended up looking it up on YouTube, and that the true ending is awesome. It kind of bothers me a little bit because they kind of like changed one of the main parts of the story a little. I don't want to spoil anything, but like it kind of you'll see it. But yeah, the true ending is definitely worth doing if you got the time.
Now I remember now. The most recent game I, of course, was playing was Baldur's Gate 3. I said I was going to get to in December, and I started at the end of November. Still in the first act. I'm a big RPG guy, as you can probably tell by my little title, my name, and stuff. But like, I know all JRPGs owe their like heritage to D&D as like the progenitor of like the genre. But man, that game is very system heavy. It is very system heavy, and it's like if you don't like without like a dungeon master to tell you what you can do, you kind of just have to figure out everything on your own. Like I'll see like a chandelier above an enemy, and I'm like, oh okay, like let me knock down the chandelier, and then I'll hit the chandelier, and it says like the chandelier like it's like too tough or too hard to like knock down. I'm like okay, well I wasted a turn trying that thing. And like I was telling Nab, I don't remember if I told Daniel before we started or during like when we started recording, but like I had to like I had to like start again with a new character because I started off as like the rogue character, and then like I think I specialized to like some like arcane rogue or some kind of like secondary class. But like from what I understand, the way the rogue plays is like it's really hard. Like if you're not playing with a party of like actual other people, then it's really hard to use like all the situations where a rogue would be useful. Like the game is geared towards more like a melee or straight up like magician or whatever like the main like DPS is for magic in the game. So I restarted as a monk because I like fist characters like and stuff, and like I'm having a much better time now. But man, like I like going around and like all of a sudden like the thing just tells you like perception check, and it's like what am I supposed to be perceiving? Like it's like I imagine if you're someone who has a huge D&D background, like this game would be way more enjoyable. Yeah, like Daniel, it'd be much more enjoyable. But as someone who has no frame of reference for D&D, like there's so much onboarding and so much like tutorials, and it's just like they're just throwing all this information, all this exposition. And it's like I'm used to traditional like RPGs like Skyrim or like Final Fantasy, where it's like we keep it simple here for you. You know, it's mostly about the story. But Baldur's Gate 3 does have a really cool like I really like the characters. It kind of reminds me of like Mass Effect or like KOTOR, where like the characters are what kind of carries me through the game. So I feel like I need someone or something to kind of hold my hand through, at least through the first act, so I can understand exactly what, like, for example, like there's like some kind of mechanic where if you don't do this particular mechanic, you miss out on doing an extra action. So I have to constantly remind myself I have to do this thing to add an extra action for each of my characters. And then, like, I just forget about it. I'm like really handicapping myself by not constantly like remembering every single mechanic. And it's just very system heavy. So I'm struggling through it, but I'm like, people will love this game. It has like the highest Metacritic rating for the year. Like there's something that's not clicking with me that I'm missing out that other people are getting, because like there's a kind of disconnect where I'm like, I don't see, having played by any chance now here played there's another one similar to this,
The Divinity games.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
I own them, but I've not been able to play them yet. I own them though. I got them both on sale.
Okay.
But I do want to check them out though.
It plays just like the Divinity games for me, but I feel like Divinity has an easier onboarding where they step by step kind of walk you for like the first hour, so you kind of have a better idea. This one kind of just shows you once, and it just kind of just throws you to the wolves. So I don't know. I feel like this is one of those games, like that's how I was originally with Fallout 3. I had to replay Fallout 3 multiple times before it finally clicked with me, and I think that's what Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna have to be for me. Except it's a daunting task because I know how long the game is. So I'm just like should I keep like, just like going at it until it finally clicks, or should I just move on? So that's kind of where I'm at right now, kind of an impasse. So, but that's the most recent, new game that I've been playing.
Just to chime in before. Sorry. So I don't think anybody's looking at the chat. So Chris says all the love to BG3, Baldur's Gate 3. He says recommended cleric.
Oh, okay.
Stick with it. It will get clearer. No D&D background. And then he said he made a hag vomit a small child yesterday. No, made a hag vomit a small child yesterday. He did not clarify. He didn't
Hags
clarify
eat children,
if it was in game or real life.
He's talking about real life.
Lots of hags in Derby.
What I will say, Andrew, is to like, I guess to kind of not necessarily defend Lyrian, but like to like Lyrian's credit, D&D is open. So the fact that the game is as open as it is pretty indicative of D&D.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a dungeon master that kind of tells you like, oh, I'm gonna peek through this, and they kind of have to describe things for you. It's kind of hard to have, do it without a dungeon master, but it sounds like from everything without playing it, from everything I hear, they've done a very good job of being really open and allowing you to do whatever you want to do, and that is very D&D. Like that is why people love D&D.
I'm surprised you haven't played it since you're the big D&D head around here.
I'm waiting for that Xbox release.
He doesn't want to play it on the superior console. He'd rather
I don't want to play it on a bad console with a bad controller. Like, that controller
you gotta
sucks.
play on the Xbox.
On Switch?
Yeah.
He's got the
that Nintendo sucks.
Yeah, Andrew, I'm actually right there with you. I played it for probably like 8 hours. I just couldn't wrap my head around the combat system, and I just it was very tutorial heavy and very slow to me in the combat system. Like as soon as it was like yeah, hey, go over and hit that character, and then you got to walk over there, but that's your move. You walked halfway, and then you got to walk another halfway in your next turn, and then wait for everyone else's turn to go around. I was like, all right, I'm out. So
do both of you like XCOM?
No.
I've
Yeah,
never played
it's the
it,
strategic element for me that I couldn't start liking.
but I do like tactics-based games. I do like Valkyria Chronicles and like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Mm.
I like moving units around the field. That's not the issue. The issue is like I don't know exactly what I'm allowed to do, and therefore I like when I learned like, oh, you can carry barrels with you and then put them places and then like light them and like make them leak oil. Like I'm like okay, but
I'll say try to open your mind.
yeah, I'm
just a
just not
bit.
that
Yeah.
creative, I
Mind.
guess. I'm
Yeah.
just not that creative, I guess.
Yeah, you think more of like D&D is like you're in this world. Think more about like, I guess if I were to try to explain it as just like as a player of D&D, just like look at what, because they don't have a dungeon master to describe anything for you, but just
Exactly.
look at what is there and think that can I do it, and then try to do it.
It's fucking deep.
Is what I'd recommend. That's what I would say.
The story seems so awesome too. You
Right.
know, it's like the opening of it is so fucking cool, and then you get to know the characters a little bit, especially in that little like hub area. Is like, oh, this is awesome. Give me Mass Effect 1 vibes. I was like, I'm
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
into that. And then you start moving in the combat, and I was just like, okay, I'm out.
You're not gonna ever go back to it.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe in 10 years, I like that sort of game, but
It's just
we'll see.
No, it's gonna
We'll
be
see.
soon because you weren't a turn-based person either.
You're right. You're right. I know that came around in my mid 20s, right? So I mean, maybe in my mid 30s, I'm into it.
just-
You know, who knows?
this game is like pretty much gonna be game of the year tonight. But like, surely there's got. Yeah, I know, but like,
You don't think so, Daniel?
No,
Really?
well,
not
and
for
this
game of
probably
the
goes to
year.
my
It might
point.
sweep other awards, but
But like,
it's
how
really
many
game of the
people
year.
have gone? I've
I'd be
been
shocked
like
if it didn't at this
you
point.
Zelda,
and I forgot his name. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew.
I'm Connor.
oh,
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Just
I'm
Daniel.
gone like I just don't
200
like the
episodes.
combat. It's just how many people could be like that? Like, yeah, fair enough. The game is amazing,
Yeah, that's a good point.
but like, how many people have gone? I just can't do this.
I know. I feel like I should like this. Like I should like this, but because it's so open ended and it doesn't like I don't know. Maybe I kind of just have to be like cradled or have my hand held or something about it. And I get it now because Daniel said like you need to think. It's like you have to think of like the rules like within a dream kind of thing, right? Where like what can I do within the dream, and then like you could like hack or break the dream that way. I guess I just have to think more creatively because I've tried the things where like oh there's a door here. Let me try to break the door. Oh the door like requires me to be like way stronger to break, and I'm like oh okay well I just wasted a turn trying to do that. And it's like oh let me try to do this one thing. Oh I accidentally shot my own person because they're in the way. It's like oh crap,
So-
okay.
You want to break the door? Which character do I think could break the door?
The heavy orc
Open your
female
mind.
character. Probably.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked by a frog in that game.
I
Just a
love
normal
that.
frog.
That's awesome.
You fucking beat the shit out of me. I was like, damn.
I freaking like destroyed
good.
the squirrel. There's like this little friendly squirrel like bites me and it's like what do
Yeah.
you want to do? And I'm like let me roll for it.
It is so cool how you could talk to everything in that game, you know? And like everything has like a pretty deep dialogue to it, you know, like even just a normal squirrel. Like, wow, okay. This game's
It's
fucking
like-
deep.
And it's frustrating like when you fail like a roll, like there's like a cow. We're like, there's something off about this cow from the other cows. Like, roll for a perception check and you fail. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll never find out what was special about that cow now. Like the game just continues. You'll fail stuff, and the game's like, all right, we'll keep it going forward. And I'm like, oh man, like you're almost encouraged to like scum save and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was definitely reloading a lot in just a little bit I played. It's a cool side quest and stuff. All right, Sims, what you been playing?
I have spent the last 2 weeks playing Alan Wake 2.
I'll throw,
Alan Wake.
I'll throw mine in here. I've played like 5 hours now in week 2.
Wake.
About where I'm at.
Alan Wake.
Stop talking to me. I'm just walking here. Just
That's
every
what they
time.
say in the game, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's you hear it
You
constantly.
just be walking. These shadows are just talking to you. Like,
Just
shut
like, why
up.
Are they all whispering Alan Wake into the
Yeah.
mic.
Saga gets a lot of what is it? Pot of coffee. What does he say? They say something that weird.
They're like,
I
"Get
thought
over
Sims,
here."
I thought Sims was doing like an ASMR kind of thing or something.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, this
me.
is when we switch to the ASMR mode of the podcast.
I am a fucking stupid bastard. And I rolled credits on this game yesterday, and I can't tell you what this game's about. I can't.
Interesting.
I need to watch a YouTube video. I'm busy. No, you don't. You're a child. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm about 5 hours in. I think I was only a couple hours in last week, Connor. I think I was like maybe 2 or 3 or
Yeah,
2
I remember
hours
you
in.
just starting it.
Yeah. So I have played the bit Saga, the intro, and then I've played the intro for Alan, and then I have switched back to Saga, and that's where I'm at. So I'm like going around a river to like get to Coffee World. Um, I think I was getting kind of close. Um, yeah, I find the game very interesting. I think the presentation's awesome. Um, I really like the character so far. The story is definitely, very trippy and very meta and weird. I'm sure it gets more meta and weird. Um, the gameplay, I think the shooting feels okay. I don't know how much I really like. I don't really need that much combat in this game. I think for it because it's just not that type of game,
There's
like
not, so
good. That's good. I don't want there to be. And this isn't Control, or anything like that.
yeah, I would say the combat definitely opens up more when you get more of the weapons, especially the crossbow.
I
fucking
just got the
love-
crossbow.
Okay, the crossbow's
Yes.
fucking awesome in that game.
Yeah, I just got it out of that chest.
Yeah.
Or keylock. So yeah, I'm going to Coffee World. Yeah, I think I can switch back and forth now as Alan Wake if I wanted to.
It takes
But
a
I
while as
think I
well,
might
doesn't it?
just. Yeah, you have to do an intro for both of them first, and then you can. Go ahead,
Is
Tim.
it, tr-
Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
is it true that you can complete the game just playing as only one character?
No.
No, I think you have to play it as both.
There's a point where you even if you are playing as one character, you have to switch back to the other.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I heard someone. I think I heard someone say that like you could play the game as only just one of the characters and like that. Like that's it.
That'd have been great for me as well because I did not like being Alan Wake.
Yeah, a problem I've been finding is it really hasn't been all the time, and it's just every little section sometimes. Like, number one, it was within that subway area with Alan and his like intro. I kind of got turned around a bit, and then with the forest in the beginning with Saga, which I talked about last week, I kind of got turned around a bit. I just wish that like if I can click a button and have like an indicator pop up real quick, just like okay, walk that way. Like I don't need the game to hold my hand. I'm not that person. Like I will walk around like I did and figure out where I got to go. But like just give me like a little bit better of an indicator of where I'm trying to go. Because like the game is really dark, so like you kind of have to use your flashlight and try to figure out where you got to go and use the map and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just like a kind of a minor complaint.
So you have to like set the contrast, like when you adjust the slider at the start, like put it to all the way to like the light side kind of thing.
I guess you could. I like that it's dark. I just wish that just like kind of maybe just say, hey, over here. That I just wish they would do that.
Like my only frame of reference for the game so far was this clip that Alana put up where it was like a jump scare with like these live action like screaming faces superimposed like over her playing the game. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can play this thing. It sounds like it's gonna like terrify the crap.
Did you not see? Did you not see
There's
my
a lot
video?
of jump scares. There's a lot of jump scares.
Did you not see my video, Andrew?
Which video?
In the spoilers in the Discord, watch it, and that happened to me like at least 6 times. Like literally, me go shit my pants every time. Like I've gone through 6 pair of boxer shorts.
I don't know if I can do that. Like I can't.
Nah, man,
I don't
you're not a big fan of it. You're not. No, it's not for me. It's legit like scary. Yeah,
Okay,
it's. I don't know. Like I liked it, but I didn't. I don't think I'm clever enough to understand it. Like I preferred to be Saga. I didn't like Alan Wake's like enemy type. I don't know. It was just such a weird. I just preferred to be Saga, and then when I had to be Alan Wake, when I got to that point in the game, and I had one more bit to do as Alan, I was like, I just don't want to do this. And then as soon as that happened and it all came together, the ending just didn't make sense to me. Like it just seemed to be. It was so weird, and then having Sam Lake in the game really bothered me. Like he had a good performance, but I'm just thinking like how involved, like I don't mean how much of an ego have you got to have be in your own game. to this point, like to be a massive character in the game. Like fair enough, make a cameo, but for him to have like dialogue, a main part in the story.
But that's also like Remedy's like history is him being in the game.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
just not. Maybe I'm just new to the Remedy. Like, but like
But
Control.
he's not the voice. He does have like that cameo where he is himself, but like the voice is not his voice. Like that is the Mad Max voice. It's that voice actor, but he's just a character or like the face model. Yeah. Or what did I say?
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Max Payne.
Hey,
Thank
that
you.
Furiosa trailer.
The
though.
Furiosa
Ooh-wee.
trailer. Let's go. Yeah, so he is just the kind of the face there, you know.
There's a very meta reason he is in the game. If I've been watching like nonstop theory videos about this game and stuff like that. There's a very meta reason why the guy fucking Iceman from X-Men is in this game. Yeah, well, him and a reason why Sam Lake is a character in this game as well. It's it involves a lot of the connected universe Remedy is trying to make here.
The dude from the Quantum game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in like, I don't know, no spoilers. I don't know if he's in it more. He is. I only saw him like once.
What does he say, Connor?
Hey Tim.
Hey Tim.
Yeah.
I only ever saw him once. I could never find him again.
Yeah, he's slightly spoiled and stuff, but you do see him again.
I couldn't find him.
Okay. You can find him multiple times throughout the game. Yeah, there's a very like meta reason to all that, and yeah, Remedy is definitely going all in on their connected universe there.
So does the game have the same issues that like okay for me like the reason I don't like Control is because I don't like the shooting and I don't like how floaty your character is, and I noticed that in Alan Wake 1. I noticed that in Alan Wake 1 remastered also, like a character just moves. It feels weird to move, like the controls are off. Does this one also continue that legacy of having like
No, this feels
not even from the.
I could see so many people that either like Alan Wake 1 or dislike Alan Wake 1 and feel entirely differently about Alan Wake 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an entirely different game from.
It feels like Resident
there's
Evil.
similarities there, yeah, but it's much more Resident Evil like.
Resident Evil 2.
So it feels good to play then.
Alan Wake 2 is like a psychological horror game. You know, Alan Wake 1 is very much a thriller action horror type of thing.
I'll say so far, from me only playing for 5 hours, I think it feels okay to walk around and stuff. There's more weight to it. I agree with like the more weight, but I like how Control played better because it's more of a shooter. Like you are supposed to be running around shooting. As Jesse, this is like you have limited ammo. You have like you're not supposed to just be blowing people away like you do as Jesse. So
okay, because I felt like
shooting 100% feels better in Control, but this game is Alan Wake 2 is half a walking simulator.
Yes,
I felt like in Control, I felt like I was always like walking on ice or something, just kind of just like very loose, very like floaty. So you saying that this is like heavier, that's a good thing then?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. It feels great to play, admittedly. Like, I just couldn't get me head around it.
I mean, Control, there's enemies coming out of every fucking corner, right? Like, this game, you're never fighting more than like 3 enemies at a time.
Okay.
Okay, I have been playing OG Final Fantasy 7.
Still
still in there. Hell yeah, getting real nerdy with it too, Sims. Love it.
You gotta push up your glasses, Connor.
Love it. I know.
I know you have them. I know you have the glasses. Here you go.
Professor Connor's here. Take these off though, because I look like a fucking dork, Daniel.
Fucking nerd.
No, so I got to the big part finally in Final Fantasy 7. I finally seen it. You know,
not in a top 10 video.
Ooh, she died. Yeah. It's funny leading up to that moment. Everything around it is like a mess. Like after it and before it is just a complete mess. But then the moment itself is really well done. It is just like, okay, that's how we got to this moment. That's one of the greatest video game moments of all time to you people. Because it's funny, Sephiroth literally says 2 hours before that he's gonna kill Aerith. He's literally like, no, I'm gonna kill Aerith if she keeps doing this shit. And then like 2 hours later, yeah, he kills her.
I
It's
did
like,
it.
yeah, it's like I don't. Why was everyone so shocked? It's like all right, well, whatever. But yeah, it's a great moment. It really is. Like it's very well done, and the lead up to it, and then Cloud putting Earth in the water is like very well done and stuff like that. I'm really just playing through this game to get context for Rebirth when that actually comes out. So I kind of wanted to get the whole Final Fantasy VII story before that game actually comes out, because I played Crisis Core last year. I've obviously played Remake. I Platinum Remake. So yeah, this was kind of the last piece of the puzzle that I needed, besides that random Vincent game that came out on PS2.
The dirty
of
Dirge.
Yeah. I have to go play that, which it actually looked kind of fun. I don't know. I was watching gameplay of that. I was like, huh, interesting.
It's
No,
not that-
it's not.
It probably
looked
doesn't feel as good as it looks.
It looked like the Van Helsing game on PS2 and
Mhm,
Xbox. You
mhm.
guys remember that game? What a fucking
Never
game
played
that
it, but
was.
I've never seen how bad
Dude, that was a
was.
fucking game, man.
You liked it.
I used to love movie games back then. You guys ever played the Willy Wonka game back then?
No, no. Is it the Johnny
God.
Depp one?
Yeah. It's the Johnny
Uh,
Depp one. It's like a
the-
3D platformer. It's
The
hilarious.
On what
Punisher,
platform?
the Punisher one's good.
The
Oh,
Punisher's
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
The Punisher
great.
one was.
Punisher's a
I
great
should
game.
not have played that. as a
Yeah.
child.
No, yeah.
Dude, I'll
Dude,
never
remember-
forget
remember
the.
putting that guy into that saw.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying
Starting-
the piranha tank. The piranha tank.
Oh,
Starting the mission in a fucking casket, and you get up and just mow everybody
Yeah.
down. We don't make games like that anymore.
give me a remaster of that. Just put that on
Yeah.
current gen consoles. I'll play the shit out of that.
Oh man, I finished that game.
What a game! What a game!
So,
Let's
Willy
go back to
Wonka,
making
let's talk
shitty
about
movie
that.
tie-ins game.
Hmm.
You know,
What
Sure.
platform was this Willy
constantly,
Wonka
you know.
game on?
That was on PS2, OG Xbox as
I'm in,
well.
man.
back when
I
they
remember renting it from Blockbuster.
back when they took less than 2 years to make.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, shit, it felt like 6 months. If
Yeah,
that,
probably.
You know, with a lot of those games, every game got a movie tie-in game. You know what else was really good was X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
To the
Oh,
tie-in
yeah,
game.
that
game
gets
was
a lot
great.
of-
That was
Raven.
Raven. Yeah. God, back when Raven was free. What a time.
When they were free.
What a time. What a time.
Now they're just in the COD cycle.
And that gross COD cycle. But yeah, OG Final Fantasy 7, definitely liking it. Story gets fucking weird. This shit goes places I was not expecting. I was like, wow, okay, this is
How
what
did
this game is.
How did you
It's,
find the traversal? How to get to the next plot? Do you get lost traversing
Yeah,
that
you
map?
definitely do get lost at
'Cause
certain
I
points. It
couldn't
definitely
get my head
has
around it,
an
like-
old feel to it. If I need to look something up, I just been looking it
Yeah,
up
I've
because I'm
been-
just
I had
like,
a
I am not
massive guide
wasting
on what
time
an
running
idea.
around this map. I've definitely started using the cheats more and more as I've been playing this game. You know, it's especially like this past week, I was just like, fuck it,
Get
I'm
that
just
speed up.
putting these cheats out. Well, the speed I've been using the whole time because
Yeah.
this game is just slow as fuck. You can't
Yeah.
even deal with that. But then I've also been using a little bit of the cheats where you just get your unlimited limits and you can just
yeah.
use those over and over again. And then I forget what the other cheat is as well. Oh, it's no random encounters, and that one's actually really nice too. So yeah, I've just been doing that. Like I said, I'm mostly just playing for the story. I already fucked up trying to get the platinum because I didn't look it up beforehand, and there was something you need to do from the beginning of the game. So I was like, oh, well, that's over. I was gonna platinum it, but never mind.
Oof.
Midgard's not long though, is it?
No, it's not long ago.
Like 6
I was
hours.
shocked how quickly you get to the end of that. I'm like, oh, this is the
Yeah.
end of FF7 Remake. Wow, crazy. We're already here. So yeah, I can't wait to see how they handle this open world map in Rebirth and seeing what that all looks like and stuff. Because it looks hilarious when you are walking on the open world map during this game. It's just like green and
Weird.
brown, and you're just walking
I
on
just
it.
got-
and it's
you
like,
just got- I just
guess
got
this
lost
is supposed
all
to
the
be
time.
grass.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
And then have you got the plane?
I have got I got the airship now.
Yeah.
That's fun, I guess. Well, yeah, so you get a plane, but you can't fly the plane. The plane turns into a boat because the engine breaks
Yeah.
down. Yeah, and then you get an airship a little bit later, and that
I've
you can
got an
actually fly
airship.
around.
The
Yeah.
high wing, yeah.
And have you
Yeah,
got
so-
Clive, Red 7?
Yeah, I got everyone now. I got Sid, I got Vincent, I got Red 7, Yuffie, got all of them. So we are all here. It's some really great character moments in the game throughout. Like you get a lot of really good side stories with these characters, and I'm interested to see how they handle that in Rebirth as well. I didn't realize Sid was like an actual main character in this game, you know. And it's funny because this is Sid from Kingdom Hearts and it's like that
yeah.
same model. And I was always like, where did this version of Sid come from? You know,
That's
and
your
yeah,
favorite
it goes-
reference is the Kingdom Hearts one.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's so funny because playing Kingdom Hearts when I was a kid, right, and now seeing where all these characters actually come from, I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh wow, Yuffie is nothing like she was in Kingdom Hearts.
No.
Like I don't remember Sid cussing this much in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, exactly. But he's got like the goggles on top. You know, he's like the same Kingdom Hearts character. It's funny that in Kingdom Hearts, Leon is the only one from 8. Then I guess because everyone else is just from 7.
No, Selfie on the beach. She's from 8 too.
Oh, are those
the one with
so those
the
random
jump
beach
rope.
kids? I
Yeah,
always thought those random beach kids were from 10 or something.
Yeah.
Titus, the one with the stick, and Waka with the ball are
Waka,
from 10.
yeah.
But Selfie
Those are from 10. Okay.
with the jump rope, she's
With
from
the
8.
jump rope.
Yeah.
That bitch with that jump rope when she hits you with it. Oh god, I hate that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just load that game up and go to Destiny Island and just beat Riku's ass on that little island.
Oh yeah, that was always satisfying. Yeah.
Well, my favorite YouTube videos is the guy that got to level 100 just on Destiny Island in Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Just beating
How long did it
Riku's
take him
ass
to do
over and
that?
over again? Hours. It's like, damn, that's commitment right there. I love it. Love it. All right, guys. Well, that will do it for the Nerd Gods podcast, episode 200. Here we are. Let's see how long I remember that we're in the 200s, because I guarantee next week I'm going to be like episode 1 and something.
Wait, we did 200 already?
Yeah, shocking. But all right, looking forward to 300. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun. I haven't had this much fun talking about games with other people in a while, so this was nice for me. Thank you.
Wow, what a compliment. I didn't know we were that fun. Be honest,
He's not
Sims
talking about
bores the
you.
shit out of me.
I made the joke about you. You made a joke about Sims. That's great.
Sims, make a joke about Daniel.
Fuck Daniel.
Okay, all right. There we go. There you go.
I'm too
Daniel about
tired
to lose
now.
that fantasy critic, though. I'll tell you guys that much.
Oh, what's going on?
Thievery.
How has he got
is
over
what's
it?
going
How
on.
has he? How's he
He's,
fucking
he,
over it?
he tried to do it last year. It
did do it
didn't
last
really mess
year.
me up that much, but you know he still ended up winning. It didn't really affect that much.
What
at the
happened
end of
this
the day.
year?
Same thing. He's trying to get Nat to go and buy some games.
I didn't
He
get Nat to
stole
do
my
anything.
game.
Whoa. I didn't do anything
She did,
this
though.
year.
She did.
That was last year.
No, but
Picked up
I
more
got
games.
Asgard's Wrath too. Actually, I would have been upset if Nat got Asgard's Wrath too.
She went and picked up games too, though.
Did
Yeah,
she?
but that doesn't. I didn't tell her
She
to
did?
do anything
When?
this year.
You did last year. I know
Last year I
that.
did. Yeah,
I know that.
Didn't
It
matter,
was
but
very
last year
funny
I
last
did.
year.
Connor's
Last year
trying
was,
to
Steve,
undercut
I
me.
need you.
Oh, you
to
gotta
help.
play the game here a little bit. You're roommates with someone in the thing. I mean, you
I
know,
don't.
you could
I
use
don't undercut
Salon.
him or anything like that.
You gotta play the game, Daniel.
You gotta play the game.
I know. I just
You gotta play
win.
the game. I'm out here.
No, you're
I'm
full
gonna
of
win.
you
Not this year, you
mysteriously
don't.
got first
I'm gonna
pick.
win. You're trying to steal my victory. I'm gonna win.
You do have one last play, so I might still lose, but we'll see. We'll see.
There's
What
no,
you
I
actually
mean, it's
come up with.
December. I'm trying.
We'll see what you come
I
up
got
with.
screwed over by probably the most anticipated game of the
Sims,
year for myself.
Don't even. This is another reason why Sims is getting kicked off this show, actually, because he got 59 points on Fantasy Critic. Again,
Because I got
it's
screwed
you
over by
tried to
Redfall.
do bad, Sims.
How?
And Call of Duty.
Redfall was like my second choice as well.
Yeah, and Call of Duty. I mean,
Call of
that was
Duty.
rough.
How can you go wrong on a Call of Duty?
It's so funny because me and Daniel were making fun of this last year, saying that Sims is intentionally trying to do bad, and yet again, it seems like you were trying. Maybe next year, Sims, you do try to do bad.
How? What did Redfall get? Minus 16.
Something like that. No,
But how?
11.
How?
minus 11.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Game of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Andrew. Maybe you'll join us this year. I know you said you couldn't really do it this last year. You got a
Yeah.
bunch of
Andrew,
new
Andrew,
people.
it's competitive, and we'll end up hating you.
I just don't think I have like the mindset for like competitive. It's basically fantasy football. and it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like fantasy football is like every week you got to be on it, pick a team. This is just buy a game and.
I just
fucking
remember. I
call
just remember
Daniel
the
a pussy.
Discord. It took you guys forever because I would just see Daniel put like, "Okay, your turn." And
Yeah,
like
in all-
every
it is difficult for us all because obviously different time zones. I'm a fucking idiot.
like for a whole month, every day it would be a post. Okay, your turn. All right, go Sims. All right, go.
It
Connor.
took
All right.
forever to do the draft.
Yeah.
It took
Last
so
year
long
was
to
all
draft.
right. Last year was the year before that was raw.
The year before was no. The year before was good. This last year took forever. This year's.
We were
Mostly-
me and Natalie were really ill this year as well.
Yeah, I mean, we also have more
Okay.
people this year to do the draft, so it took forever.
Mm. And I can't believe you guys are older.
I'm just thinking about Call of Duty. Like, man, like of all the years to pick that game, man.
Yeah.
I saw it
I'm
as well about a month ago, and I was like, "These fucking stupid motherfuckers."
I'm curious to see how much the drop off is. Like, I want to see what the sales figures are by the end of the year. 'Cause
Still be
It's gonna
stupid
sell.
though.
Yeah, it's gonna sell.
Finding about this
The
shit.
Connor numbers next week.
Connor, what happened to?
Wait,
Why have you not played Avatar? How long you got? How long you got left in Final
Avatar
Fantasy?
just came out last night. I got downloaded.
What about Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy. What do you mean?
How long you got left?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I want to
I
hit
like-
Pandora together, co-op. Blue
Ooh,
people.
you want to do that? Okay.
Well, I didn't
I'll
know it was
jump
co-op
around
until
some blue
today.
people with you.
I want to be blue people up, man.
Okay, we could
The
we
bi-
could hop around.
The big
fuck up
moment.
some humans.
The big moment happens on disc 1, right?
It does, yeah. And then it says switch to disc 2, but you don't need to switch to disc 2 because I'm on PS5. so it's like,
Right.
It
I've got
still
it on
pops
Switch.
up switch to disc 2. It's like, all right.
That's so
well,
weird.
I don't have a disc 2.
I love that meta moment in MGS4 when you get to that point. If you guys played where the Otacon tells you, yeah, like a Snake, you gotta switch this. I don't know if you guys played MGS4, but
Yeah.
I did. I never
Okay,
beat
okay,
it.
Daniel knows what I'm talking about. Then
Mhm.
it's like you gotta switch this. Snake's like, what? It's really
Yeah.
Right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Oh, thank you all so
everybody.
much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you at episode 300. Bye-bye, everybody.
I mean,
Bye, everybody.
watch all the other 100 episodes. Never mind.
Nah, we'll see you at 300. Don't do it. The other ones are shit, trust me.